I was reading the local newspaper the other day when I came across a posting in the classified section. Help wanted. Anyone applicable. Apart from an address, there was nothing else in the description. The newspaper was fairly recent, a day or two old, so I assumed they would still be hiring. More so out of curiosity than my desire for an actual job, I drove to the address the next day. I found myself outside an old house in the middle of the countryside. There was no evidence anyone else has been here for the job. No other parked cars or pedestrians in sight. I was about to knock on the door when I saw a rather crude note written on a piece of paper and pinned to the door. It said, "Come inside." I knocked regardless, but got no reply. The door was in fact unlocked as the sign implied, and as I opened it, a faint, stale smell drifted out from the house. I peeked inside. Through the darkness of the house, I saw a trail of blood leading from the doorway down a flight of stairs near another paper note. The note said, "Down here." I immediately ran out of there and called the police. The place was investigated by patrol officers before the whole entire area was sectioned off, creating quite a stir in the nearby town. After my initial statement, I was called to the police station a few days later for further questioning. The detectives asked me some basic questions, taking particular interest in the newspaper post I had found, but it was clear they didn't suspect me of foul play. I asked them what they found there, and after some reluctancy, they told me. The house itself had been abandoned for the last year or so, and being in such an isolated area, no one paid it any attention. The blood trail led down to the house's basement door. Past that, investigators found the corpse of a young woman. She was chained up to the building's foundations, naked, with bruising and signs of abuse all over her body. The blood trail seemed to have come from several bandaged wounds around her legs and upper body. They told me nothing was certain, but they believe she was there for at least several days until she eventually died, either from the trauma or the blood loss. As the body was still in the early stages of decay, the officers were able to identify her quickly. The newspaper ad was purchased and printed around the day she died under the woman's own name, although it was clearly impossible for her to do so. As far as they know, I was the first one to respond to the bizarre posting. Other job applicants appeared at the scene during the beginning stages of the investigation, confused at the presence of the police, before being ushered away. Before the detectives finished my interview, they said something that stuck with me. They made an offhanded remark to me about how some killers just have a twisted sense of humor.